It's the pop culture field manual.
Okay, and here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast, sitting right at the intersection. That lovely cardboard box sitting right at the intersection
rainy
of weapons.
Day,
rainy
action.
day. It's action, weapons.
Military. Weapons, military, action.
Most importantly,
pop culture.
Pop culture in that cardboard box. We are happy to have you. Thanks for tuning in from your cars. Israel Wright is here.
Cameron Fath is also here.
He's a former Green Beret.
He's a former Ranger.
And we are excited because we have a ginormous, of great proportion,
large Denis Villeneuve Dune movie style, like epicness
announcement for you guys. We know we've been teasing this for the past 2 episodes. But since we're getting pretty close, we are announcing today that the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast has a Patreon. Yes,
we will be launching a Patreon.
We're showing our naked bodies for money.
No, that's my OnlyFans account.
So that's on the other side. But yes, we have a Patreon now with 3 available tiers. If you guys are interested in checking it out to get exclusive and great and new and never before seen content that would otherwise not be available to you just listening to this podcast on Spotify or Apple Music. Make sure you're subscribed and you guys will enjoy some exclusive goodiness and some pretty cool stuff. We're really excited about it.
No, it's gonna be good, man. It's popping up July 4th, and
exactly.
We've been hard at work. We will continue to work hard to bring some cool stuff that will make it worth your time and your money.
Absolutely, because it'll be worth 100% our time.
That's right.
So just a few things that you might want to look forward to as far as early access.
Yep.
Maybe
early access.
And maybe possibly a movie night.
A little bit of one-on-one time.
A little bit of one-on-one time with Izzy and I. So
maybe a massage. I don't know.
Maybe a massage. I don't know. You want to find out?
I'm an ex-pro massage.
person. Oh yeah. Israel has got magic hands. I'll tell you from experience. But like we said, we're super excited. So if you're interested in subscribing to our Patreon, click the link in the YouTube or head on over to our Instagram. There should be a link there to get access to exclusive content. Awesome. Don't forget, like we said, we have a YouTube channel.
Yep.
Releases new videos every Friday. If you guys want to tune into the video portion, which also has exclusive content that is not available
longer
to just
episodes.
Listening to. Longer episode, you get to see the bloopers, you get to see how Israel's apartment is haunted and happens here. That's weird. It's
crazy
unexplainable.
Stuff. This is where I live, you guys. It's weird.
Exactly. Israel sleeps like a baby here.
My walls
never alone.
What's up with that? Yeah,
what's up with that? But check out the YouTube, subscribe to it, like the videos. And finally, if you want to support the channel in other ways, not in the Patreon or just by listening, buy us a coffee. If you guys feel like donating, if you feel like you're being gracious enough to give us your hard-earned money to make sure this podcast stays on the right track with top-of-the-line equipment as well.
Listen, guys, it's this or organized crime.
It's organized crime. It's tax-free.
All right, so I don't actually know. You're keeping us off the streets, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, with your support, this podcast is great. So if you feel generous, buy us a coffee. We would really appreciate it.
Folks, this episode is actually part 2. Pop Quiz Hot Shots. It's a fun episode where Magic Voice Chris presents Cameron and I with some different scenarios from movies or video games or television shows that you might have heard of before, but you're going to find out what we would do in that situation. So it's off the cuff. It's up to snuff.
Would we take the high road?
It's amazing stuff.
Would we follow the plot? Or would we go off the rails?
That's right.
Find out in part 2.
Hot Shots Part 2.
All right, without further ado, Magic Voice Chris, I'm summoning you.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Can I just...
I've been summoned. You guys did the correct incantation.
That's right.
And spilled the right amount of blood on the floor. Yes. So here I am.
Perfect.
His voice.
Yes.
I want you to know that when you watch this on YouTube, especially, it's very creepy because your voice is like very clear and like up close and stuff, but it's obviously not in the room.
Oh yes.
It's so cool.
Yes.
Oh.
Magic Voice
Well,
Chris is
good.
actually one of the ghosts that was previously mentioned in Israel's apartment.
That's right. It's from the Halloween.
I'm always going for as creepy as possible.
Yes, I'm telling you, it was the horse. It was the horsehair wicker candles. I told you that.
He's got a voice He's got a voice made from the great beyond.
Absolutely. So, Chris, you got a couple scenarios for us, and we are ready to get them.
I got some. We're gonna jump right in. The first one, it's a classic.
Classic.
One of my favorites. It's from Predator. Okay.
Nice.
You and your team are tasked with infiltrating the jungle in Guatemala. Upon arriving, you discover that the other team is dead and you're being hunted by something. What do you do? That's all. That's the only.
That's it.
You know,
Yeah.
you're at the point where they raided that compound. You found out that Dylan was an asshole.
Yep.
Still
Set us
pushing,
up!
And then
still pushing the pencils.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, still pushing the pencils.
What happened to
and now
you?
you have to get to the LZ.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know,
But you're clearly being hunted. So
right?
what do you
Yeah.
do?
So we obviously know, you know, this kind of stuff. You go in having planned out the whole thing, and then like contingencies as well. You know, so when things start going wrong, like one of our dudes gets like killed. You know, the funniest guy on the team that has the best jokes. One of your dudes getting killed. I mean, I feel like first of all, you're laying down security. You're figuring out like how you're going to get out of there. I feel like no stopping. Like no stop. Like back then, I could go for days on end, you know, and obviously it's hard to like maintain that kind of security when you're on the move. But like I'm just like getting out of there. Like I'm exfilling.
You know, the thing about it is, depending on how the first guy was completely murdered by some extraterrestrial that we don't know is an extraterrestrial,
right?
You're bringing that body with you. That's what they don't do in movies. Like when a character dies, like in Predator, for example, they like just leave him.
Yep.
But in real life, that dude's corpse is being packed on a litter and you're carrying him out with all of his equipment.
Yep.
So like, I don't know. For some impulse in me, just wants to start digging.
Start digging
I want
in.
to just start digging a hole.
Oh.
I don't know why. For some reason, just really deep hole. I'm just gonna dig. Everybody, grab your e-tool. Start digging.
Really?
And then, you know, once the hole's deep enough,
Like you're gonna make a foxhole?
yeah. I don't know
Foxhole.
why. There's no tactical advantage to that. Everyone grab. For some reason, my first
Cameron's
instinct is start
he's just
digging.
finally lost it. This question
digging.
is the one that made him snap. You know.
But then we like everyone gets a hole, and then we'll just bamboo shoot it and make booby traps.
Make bamboo shoots, kind of like what they did, you know, because they said, hey, you know, this guy's coming for us. Whoever's after us, it's picking us off one by one. We can't stop it. We can't get to the chopper. He even says, he's like, there's not going to be anybody left to go to the chopper, or more specifically, to the chopper.
To the chopper.
So they just dig in, you know,
Yeah.
and it's all natural traps too, which is they end up finding out that's why it couldn't see the traps, because it was all made from the terrain and stuff.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know?
Just start making booby traps, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See that impulse to dig. Trust your gut. Just
Yeah.
start making booby traps.
I like where your head's at, Cameron.
Yeah. For some reason, at least in the movie, like I don't know, at that point, like everybody they're going for is dead, and they're just trying to extract, right? And
Basically, yeah.
yeah, and
The
it's like-
mission's over.
the
You know,
mission's
you're obviously. I would think that if we start getting picked off, like we know we're compromised. You know,
Yeah,
we
and
just gotta get
absolutely.
out of
For
there.
me, the first thing in my instinct is like, okay, set up an ambush.
Yeah.
Set up an ambush. Wait for them to come to us.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, especially if I'm a specialized unit too, you have comms, you can talk with extraction, you can plan a different exfil. Like, at
Right.
least in real world assets, right? For me,
Yep.
it's like, okay, well, I don't feel comfortable just like walking and getting like allowing the enemy or whatever's out there to get the jump on myself. To
Right.
me, I'm like, I'm gonna cap that motherfucker right now.
yeah,
So
you want
set
to
up an
find a
ambush.
defensible position. Yeah.
Exactly. So me, start digging.
Yep.
Yeah, start
digging that hole,
Start
man.
digging, set up a counterattack, and just wait for the enemy to come. Once I know they're neutralized, then I can move the
Then
exfil.
you
But
can
I don't
walk.
feel comfortable. It's like the same principle to me. Like, okay, if we're taking contact from a building in training, we teach like obviously you're going in anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of times when we'd run like training missions and we were getting lit the up, like you're not gonna commit to that breach. Like I remember this one exercise we did at Fort Irwin. Was it Irwin? It was NTC. And like it was terrible because we had to do a movement to contact. It was we called it a megalat, which is like our airfield seizure training.
Mm-hmm.
But once we jumped in, it was like 5 days of operation straight. and it's literally just like hit, like do a a mission in Strikers. All right, and once we hit it, we go patrol base. Wait till the next day. Then we're doing a half, which is with helicopters, or we were doing it at CV-22s, and then do an air mission, hit like 3 different compounds that night, and then go into a patrol base, and then you're doing move to contact, and we literally walked all night, like all night. We must have done like 14 miles just through the desert, and I remember because someone kept hot micing, and you just heard. Like if you had a radio, and like I remember, I just turned my radio off, and it turned into a release.
The calls
ruck
coming
march.
from inside the squad.
Yeah, it was like it turned into a release ruck march. It was bad, but once we finally got to like the place we needed to hit, we took like overwhelming fire, and I was a gun team leader, so I like was running guns attached, and like the squad that was meant to be main assault to go into the building first. They just pulled back. We pulled back and literally just leveled the entire, like, with fires. So, like, you're not going to commit to something that you're going to get killed. So, I think in that scenario, that's what I do. I'll just dig in and set up a counterattack or a near or far ambush and just wait for them to come to me before I exfil.
Solid. Digging holes.
Digging holes.
I was actually going to say, I'm surprised they spend all this time making this net and, like, all these triggers so that it'll come in, it'll get snapped up in the net.
Yeah.
Why not just dig like a tiger pit, just a pit with a bunch of spikes in it,
right?
And then instead of the net, there's that, and then he steps on that, and then gets away, dead in the hole.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, how many times is the predator in the trees?
He's all the time.
All the time.
All the time he's in the trees. But they don't know that.
They don't know that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they put the net on the ground.
Yeah, they do put the net on the ground. Yeah, why don't you do something that, like, even,
Why not put it
not
over
even
a pit of
extraterrestrial
spikes?
with thermal vision can see, because you can't see that. You
no,
can't see a
it's all
bamboo
made out of
shoot.
terrain, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, just spring a trap. That's what I would do. What would you do?
Well, we were talking about it. I said what I'd do.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He would run.
Yeah,
He would
I'd
like
run.
tear
I'd just
ass and
like
get out
run.
there.
No, I mean, I like the
running.
idea of because I'm thinking like realistically, we don't know the size and disposition of our enemy. So finding a defensible position and waiting, that could work, or like you're just exfilling, man. Like I'm just getting out of there, because if there's something there, we don't know what it is, we don't know the size and disposition of what's going on, and we're compromised anyway. I'm like, we're just exfilling.
Yeah.
No,
that's a good plan too.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a quick on the ground decision.
Or dig a hole.
Or just start digging. Okay.
Or just dig a hole.
Dig a hole.
Okay. I like it.
Diggable.
All right, scenario number 2. Remember, this doesn't matter if you've played the game, but this is from the Warrior Rescue Service mission from Far Cry 3.
Nice.
And here's the synopsis of it, just to give you the kind of reference, okay? After an amazing speech on the definition of insanity from your enemy, Voss, he pushes you off a cliff into a pool of water with your hands bound and tied to a giant cinder block.
Classic.
You free yourself, you swim into a cave, and emerge from the water surrounded by your enemy's henchmen. What do you do? And just for a little extra reference, the reason I picked this is because this is kind of roundly decided as one of the better missions in video games. So.
Right on.
Are you completely stripped of equipment? I'm assuming you are.
Yeah, I guess if you were hands
you don't
were tied.
you don't have guns or anything. It's just.
I mean, is it a scenario
it's just
where
your fists and your wits?
Yeah. I mean, am I like surrounded as in they can see me, or I know that they're in the area.
You've come up and you swim through the water. You come up. You're inside of a cave that they're occupying, but they don't.
They don't
think you're dead because you just got pushed off a cliff with a cinder block attached to you. So
I'm assuming there's like one way in, one way out.
No, you don't have to go back out through the water.
I was gonna say, I mean, if there's like a second way out, like through I'd want to try to look. Exfilling is going to be my answer for all of these. No, but I mean, if there's a way to swim out like an underwater cave, out into maybe a river nearby or a lake nearby, you want to get out because you're obviously outnumbered and outgunned.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to act like I'm Jason Bourne here. Even though I was in Ranger Regiment, let's be honest. I can shoot guns and, I'm a short guy.
Right.
So me thinking I can take on every single person that's presented to me, especially with zero equipment, let's be realistic. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. So probably for me, it would be exfil from there. So maybe... I don't know, man. Depending on, the entrance to the cave that I just swum up into, maybe hold down till nightfall and then swim out the way I came and just keep swimming, just keep swimming,
keep
just
swimming.
till I feel like I'm.
Well, let me pose it kind of this way. Would you try and just be stealth and just like make your way out and get out of there?
Absolutely.
Or would you
go for
try
revenge?
to, I'm not saying, well, yeah, this guy just pushed you off a cliff.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to kill him. Would you try and like kill one person, get their weapons?
Right.
And then
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes
start
sense.
like picking them off one by one, like Die Hard style.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean that could be more realistic, depending. But I mean, I don't know the layout of this cave. I don't know where the weapons are. I don't know what their patrols are like. Like I don't know what their comm windows are like.
See, that's the thing. So my first course of action would be to find like a corner somewhere, some dark corner with which to observe and gather information.
Just gather pattern of
Find out where
life.
the exits are. Find out where the patrol patterns are. If the people are just standing around, something like that.
Yeah.
And then let's the adrenaline's pumping. I believe in myself. Like I'm not Rambo or anything like that, but like if I'm in this situation, I'm ready to kill. Like I'm ready to kill.
I mean,
some
if I
guy.
can get my hands on a weapon,
If I can get my hands on
I
a
have
weapon,
fighting chance.
that's it.
I
Yeah,
have a
because
fighting chance.
I'm not the best shot, but I'm a pretty good shot, and the military trained me well. And so if I get my hands on a gun, now the thing is once you start shooting, everybody
up.
knows your location. Yeah,
the
exactly.
jig is up. Definitely, I'm gonna grab a nice piece of rock and snake up on somebody and just bludgeon their brains out.
That's it, man. That's
and then get my hands on a weapon and then and then try to escape from there.
Yes.
But at least I have a fighting chance. So I don't feel like I'm not gonna say I'm super confident about this one.
Can I read the little thing you put here, Chris? I love the little description of what you.
That's the description of how the mission actually goes down in the game.
Oh, really? Starting off by escaping certain death, you emerge from an underwater tunnel and just Rambo your way through the pirates with nothing but revenge and Voss's speech on your mind. It's nonstop action. You become the angel of death. You steal a helicopter. It gets shot down. You survive, only to find Voss staring at you. He shoots you in your chest. Fade to black. Surely you're dead, right? Of course not, you fool. This is Far Cry. The bullet was stopped by your handy Zippo lighter. You regain consciousness, crawl your way out of the pile of dead bodies, and continue the carnage.
Nice.
I love that.
Too bad, I
want to play this.
Yeah, it sounds fun, man. And it's like, I don't know how to fly a helicopter. I was thinking about this when we were doing the Wildlands reaction.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
You
even
just
if I
get into a
could get my
helicopter.
hands on a helicopter, I don't have like my iPhone to look up YouTube how to start a helicopter.
Right.
Like I don't know the first thing about helicopters, so I couldn't even steal it.
Right.
And then I don't know how to fly that
This
thing.
is the Matrix where you just download.
Not
the
to mention,
information.
I don't smoke, so I don't have a Zippo lighter on me. And the Zippo is such a very iconic lighter. I'm cheap. I'd get one of those Bics.
Yeah,
and
you
like
get a
once
plastic
it's
lighter,
wet,
a bullet would go right through that.
yeah,
thing.
they would go right through that, and then probably blow. You ever throw a Bic lighter on the ground and it blows up?
No.
You've never tried? Oh, it's the middle school thing. You you can throw a Bic lighter on the ground really hard, and if it hits the top of it, it like will spark and crack, and literally the thing will go poop.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's very MacGyver.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm probably gonna take the L on that one. But hell, I'll die in just like I'm gonna get this tattooed on my forehead. I'd rather die in a pile of brass than on my knees like a coward.
That's right. What's next?
All right. Next one. Scenario number 3 is from the Two Towers.
Nice.
Okay. You're nice and cozy behind your impenetrable fortress wall at Helm's Deep when, boom, some kamikaze orc has blown a hole the size of Cam's ego on the wall.
Nice. That's pretty big.
You're
That's
dazed.
huge.
Man.
But recover your senses just in time to raise your sword and see a sea of orcs flowing through the now split wall. What do you do?
I mean, this is like war cry. Run into my death.
I get the legion
scenario.
of elves behind me to do a volley of arrows while I point my sword that way, and then we charge.
Yep. Then we
Yeah.
charge.
I mean, at that point, man, like
if I'm a couple more feet away, maybe I do like a cool Celtic poem before I die.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the rider that was riding? Where was the horn that was blowing? They're fallen into shadow. And then I jump to my death.
yeah.
You know?
Honestly, I thought you were gonna be like you're stuck behind a building. Your impenetrable wall has been breached, and you are stuck in the final the final king's throne room with very low numbers. And the king looks at you and says, "Ride out with me." What do you do?
Yes, ride with me. One last ride.
One last ride.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
No, I wanted to put you more right into the
Yeah.
action.
More right into
I mean, there's no
Not
way.
backing
There's
up.
no way
Forwards.
out there. I mean, in that scene, Yeah, he comes out of the water, and there's like orcs
Yeah,
flooding in.
they're all
but
right
luckily, you have elves on the backside. And
Yeah, we do have elves helping us out.
Yeah, you do. I think, man, I do exactly what Aragon do and just take control and command.
Yep.
And let's go.
Hopefully, my elf and dwarf friend are there to help me out.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's go swinging, man. We're already here. You know.
Yeah.
We're in the mindset that this is life or death.
And we're the Rohirrim, man.
Yeah.
This is the kingdom of men, and we don't go down without a fight.
Yeah, I think I'd go swinging with my sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword of the one true king. No, he doesn't get that. He doesn't get that till the
Wait,
third
you're
movie.
Aragorn in this scenario?
No,
Can I be Gandalf in this scenario?
No, you can. So you come late to the party. Then.
Yeah, but I save everybody.
Yeah. No, yeah, totally. Go out swinging, man. There's nothing else you can do. There's an entire civilian population underground that is just banking on the hope that you can defend them, and they're all hoping, they're all like rooting for you, and I think that's enough motivation to selfishly sacrifice yourself.
Yeah, man.
There's no getting out of there. You might as well buckle down and let them have it.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but you just plow right in and start swinging your sword.
Well,
no,
I mean,
regroup.
Yeah, you got to
regroup.
regroup. Hopefully we can get some guys together and find. I feel like. If I remember the layout correctly, like there was to go up to the throne room, there was like a bit of an elevation kind of thing because they hadn't gotten through the gate.
Yeah, they take the
yet.
high ground. Yeah.
Yeah, so you try to take that high ground, at least give yourself a fighting chance. And there were even there were like little alleyways kind of going up to. So there's choke points.
There are choke
even
points.
After the wall is breached. There's choke points that you can use to kind of slow them down.
Yeah,
kind
shield
of
wall.
very Hot Gates oriented, very Thermopylae style. You know?
No, there's definitely, you can use that terrain to your advantage. I mean, Helm's Deep, the layout was backed into the side of a mountain. There was one way in and one secret way out, but it was obviously blocked by a number of civilians. So use those choke points to your advantage. I think the scene specifically when Aragon gets blown off the wall and into the water, giant open elevation like hill going up, right?
Yep,
and
there
then
was.
And there was a bunch of elves with bows drawn.
Yeah,
and
get the elves. Try to re-coordinate the elves to be up on higher. You know, and to
I'd be
have
like,
that height
"Yo,
advantage.
cover my move," and I'd be like, "Volley!" and just take cover. And then once that first volley goes, I'd run up to them and regroup and then recharge.
Yep, exactly.
I think that move. There was nothing else you could do in that scene that would
You keep falling back to try to reestablish a good defensible position. You know what I mean?
No, they did it right in the movie. I don't think there's any other way you could have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my answer. Stick to the script.
Stick to the script. That's it.
Just like the movie.
Just like the movie.
All right, no, that's a fair answer. It's not like you'd say, well, I would develop a pistol.
I would
and
slowly
shoot
gather
all of them.
materials and gunpowder from the residue of the bomb, and I would create a projectile cannon that was able to be reloaded and shoot 800 rounds per minute.
Is there anything way that could I create a rudimentary lathe?
A modern day wizard.
A lathe.
It's from Galaxy
nice,
Quest.
Nice Galaxy
Oh,
Quest.
there you
man.
go. You got it.
Great reference. Great reference. Could you construct some sort of rudimentary lathe? Find his vulnerable points. It's a rock monster.
rock monster.
Oh man, I should have included some Galaxy Quest in here.
Great.
That's
Should.
something
It is.
we've
You want an
not
autograph
really
or something?
Touched on.
Yeah. We might have talked about it with ships or something like that.
Ships in Galaxy Quest.
Didn't we do a whole space one? I feel like
I
we
mean,
haven't really
we've
talked
done
about
it.
it. Anyway,
I think I mentioned it once.
We need
'cause I
to
was
do
like,
more space.
you know what? I think we mentioned it in an off podcast conversation where I was like, what I watched the other day? Galaxy Quest.
Oh, so good. That's one of the better
We've taken these forms that your
actors
human
thrown
mind
into
can-
a real life situation.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder, Three Amigos type movie.
Yeah.
yeah, very good. Put it on the list. We'll find a place
All right,
for
Yeah,
it.
Galaxy Quest.
All right.
I'm excited
For
about
the
this
last
one.
scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
one.
Scenario number 4 from Edge of Tomorrow. You, a painfully unqualified quote-unquote soldier, are thrust into combat in a pretty awesome combat suit. You somehow survive long enough to be killed by a big blue alien, and wham, you wake up and it's the previous day. You know what's going to happen. What do you do?
Dude, I mean, so like, it's so interesting.
Groundhog
What a
Day.
wild thing to like wake up to die and then wake up. I'd be so happy. I feel like I'd be so happy, right? I'm like, I'm alive, and then you look around and you realize, wait, this is all happened before. Like,
Yeah.
it's the previous day, you know? They're making a sequel to this, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited for it. I like that movie a lot. Edge of
I
Tomorrow
liked
is
it
a
a lot,
great
too, yeah.
movie. That's a really interesting question. Oh, man, what would I do?
I mean, I feel like one instinct would be to try to escape.
Yeah.
Because you gotta try to get away, you know? Like, it might be one of those things where, like, you know, like, my Groundhog Day time would be spent trying to find a way to escape.
You know what I
You
wonder?
know, not
You know-
trying to get better or anything like
Yeah,
that.
my yeah, Israel's go-to run, egress,
exfil.
You know what I wonder? It's probably I just hope for this because obviously it's the same day over and over, so you're resetting.
Yep.
But I was like, what if you just like worked out really hard and like since it's the same day over, but you kept your physical prowess. So like I would keep dying and dying, but I get stronger and stronger and stronger
Yeah.
and faster and faster and faster because I do like crazy workouts. You know how they PT and I just
Yeah.
out PT everybody every day
Yeah.
and hopefully keep it the next time I come back around, which probably is the wrong answer because obviously you start over.
But here's the thing, though. You could do it intellectually.
Yes.
Like, let's just say you just settle in to the day. You know the day is going to end with your death. So, like, today, I'm going to read a book on physics. And I'm going to read I'm going to read the next 10 pages the next next day.
Mm-hmm.
And so pretty soon, like, it's thousands of years later to you. And, like, you're just the smartest person alive, you know? So maybe that's what I do. Maybe I just start
I
doing
think that's
that.
an interesting
And by
thought.
the time, like, finally I learn how to defeat the aliens, I learn how to cure cancer, I learn how to cure, all these kinds of things, and I just become like this, I have to invent a way to get my knowledge to go beyond the day so I can send it to the world. You know, you got to send it out to the world. So like you send this knowledge by some computer program that's like has a temporal like meter to it. So you send it off and it actually sends it into the next day, even though you can never leave, you know. There'd probably be a couple decades where I'd just be so
Invent time
debaucherous
travel.
and I'd give up on life, kind of like Groundhog Day where he just gives up on life because he's like, I can't stop anything. I can't get out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm like
That's
eating all
interesting
sorts of food and I'm doing all sorts of drugs and all sorts of debaucherous activities out there,
Yeah.
just
That's
because
an
I'm
interesting
like,
thought. That makes me think, and I would be like, you know what? I would start learning everything about everyone and convince them to think I'm a wizard.
yes.
And then literally I'd learn everything about anybody that came to talk to me, and basically I would become a wizard and force everyone to make me like this god thing.
Yeah.
And then
Dictator for the day.
then I would go along those lines and then learn how to invent time travel.
Yep.
So then I could start time traveling people to the next day, so they would pop up when I would reset, and I would be like, I am your leader. And
Yeah,
then,
or you could basically game plan
'cause if you
every
invent time
single
travel-
scenario with every single person and every single choice that they would make, so you know exactly what everything is going to happen that day.
because that's
no
what
matter
Tom
what
Cruise
you or
did in
anybody
the
else
movie.
did.
When
Yeah,
he's like, you're about to get a phone call, tell him to hang up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll be like, I'm a magician. They'll be like, you're crazy, and your middle name this. You were born
Yeah.
this. You were in
And-
third
and-
grade. You
and that ammo is about to fall off that crate, and
exactly.
it does. You know,
Somebody's about to come up to you and ask you, this question. His name is this. Ask him. He was born in this town. Ask him.
Yeah.
Where were you born? Oh, I was born in Illinois. Told you, I'm God.
I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard. I know all. And then, and to learn how to invent time travel. That way I can start time traveling people a day in the past, so I'm not the only one. And they're like, see, I'm a God.
Hold on. I can tell you're very excited about this, but a giant, like, linchpin in your plan is that you figure out how to time travel. And what if that's not possible?
Oh.
Oh, what are you saying if time travel is not a real possibility?
Yeah, what if you can't even, like, you spend 1,000 years trying to figure out time
And it's
travel,
just
and then you're
not
like,
possible.
Oh, it's just
you
not
can't
totally
do it.
Oh.
It's totally not possible.
That's a big. It's a big problem.
What if I?
Well, here's the thing, like, because then I don't mean to be like unoriginal, but then eventually my mind goes to like, okay, what if I can survive? Because the whole
What if time travel's
the whole
overrated?
idea
What
is
is
that
it just
he
going
dies.
to another dimension?
Yeah, he no matter how he slices it, he dies at the end of every day, or we would die at the end of every day.
Yeah. What if it was like Rick and Morty when he's like, I don't do time travel, Morty.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
that's cliche. I just split realities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then put this person into this.
We come up with a portal gun.
Yeah, portal gun, and just Rick and Morty it.
Yep.
But then Chris says, "Okay, Cameron, what if you can't split dimensions? What then?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like,
hold on. You're making it sound like I'm just a spoil sport, but you're also talking about splitting dimensions or time travel, as if it's just this thing you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Like it's that easy. It's like going to McDonald's, ordering a 10-piece.
If you just spend enough time thinking about it
Yeah.
or reading enough books, you're going to figure it out when the whole of humanity can't seem to figure it out.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be a wet blanket, but I
But
don't
you're
know.
being a
That's
wet
just
I mean, see,
well, that's a big leap.
It is a
It's
big
like
leap.
saying-
I mean, I didn't, I was wetting the bed till, I don't. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. The bed. Yeah, for me to sit down and read and learn and have no teachers, because obviously you're stuck.
Right.
It's not like you can leave that base. And what is your access to all these books? I can't be like, hey, I know I'm like supposed to be here by force, but I really want to, hit some books. Like, you think they're gonna let you do it?
I mean, and then the next thing would be, like I said, the obvious thing would be then to become really good at combat.
Yeah, I would be a
Like to
subject matter
start
expert
becoming,
with the
because
suit.
what if I could survive this? So I try to do everything that I can each day, kind of like what he did. He's like, how can I get further and not die?
Yeah, because
in
he
the
remembers
day?
everything, so
Yeah.
you retain it. So
he
yeah,
just trains it. Who knows how long in real time he trained for? Maybe hundreds of years or something like that.
yeah,
You know?
hundreds of years. Not to mention you know how everybody else dies. So it'd be like, hey, you were born this. You would do this.
Yeah.
When you get off the bird, take 3 steps to your left, put your gun up, and engage 90 degrees. And you're
Yeah.
like, what? And then
To
they
kind
die.
of, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea, so in Groundhog Day, in the original script, it was that he did that for 10,000 years.
Huh.
Oh,
Cool.
Is originally how long he was supposed to have done that, so that he knew everything he knew and was able to do everything he did. So
10,000
I imagine that Edge of Tomorrow, it's a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of time.
Something similar. But you
You can
a lot,
influence a lot.
but a lot depends on, like, that's the thing is, because I'm sure that's why he got depressed in Groundhog Day, because, like, if you just keep doing it over and over again, eventually, like, there's no, like, meaning to your life. You just know that at the end of the day you're going to die and it's going to start over. So it's
So you
like,
got to find a meaning.
yeah, fine. Well, and I think that was part of, like, his relationship with Emily Blunt, because at
It
first
happened
it
to
was
her.
all about him.
Mm.
But then at the end of his time doing it, it was about saving her. Why couldn't he save her? So that was part of his character arc, was that it was about, he made it about somebody else, about sacrificing himself for somebody else, where in the beginning of the movie, he's completely selfish.
And he just wants to get out of the war. Because
Exactly.
of his
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he just wants, he doesn't want to fight or anything. He's a coward,
Yeah, and I guess just like learn the battlefield, see how many people you can influence and save them. Yeah, I mean, that's
I'd be like
lot.
I become like a super Christian witness. Like, I would know the Bible so well that every day I would save somebody. I would lead somebody else to the Lord. That's my little Christian thing right
Wow,
there.
there's your input.
Yep.
Yeah.
You talk about meaning, because, like, in the movie, that's kind of like how he finds his meaning, is like he actually starts caring about somebody else. So it's like, well, hey,
There's your
today
answer, Chris. I would find meaning.
I would find meaning. Yeah,
find
deal
some
with
meaning.
that philosophical question, Chris.
That's what I was trying to get at. I just wanted you guys to really dig deep
Wow.
and not say I would become a murder machine that just knew exactly every move that someone would take.
Wait,
want
did
us
you
to
just Edge of
dig-
Tomorrow
you
us?
just Edge of Tomorrow us. Damn, we just got we just got EOT'd.
He just got Edge of Tomorrowception.
Yeah.
You
You don't know me.
Edgeception.
Okay. Is that good enough for you, Chris? Meaning?
It's always good enough.
Oh, Israel's playing
and that's
footsie with me on the table.
That's
Save that for the
final
OnlyFans,
scenario.
not the Patreon.
That's the final scenario.
Yeah.
It's the final scenario of Pop Quiz Hot Shots Part 2.
Okay.
But not the final part of the show,
No.
because we have an
No.
email.
Yeah, from Tony P. And Tony.
First of all, Chris, that was awesome, man. Thank you for presenting those
awesome.
scenarios.
Those
to
are
us.
great
Oh, of
scenarios,
course.
dude.
I love it when we
Yeah.
don't have to plan things and we just
Oh, yeah, we
react.
just talk. These are the easiest ones. These are the easiest ones. Totally.
But we have a question now from Tony P via an email. Tony P writes, "What's your favorite action scene or sequence in a movie ever?"
Ever. Oh, my
So action
God,
sequence,
dude.
action
Talk about
scene.
not having to prepare. This is
Oh
a
my
question you
gosh.
have to prepare for.
I should have looked at this question before we started the show, because it's like, okay, so I'm just gonna let me do a couple. All right, we can go back and forth.
Well, we know it's going to be something from Aliens. Okay, see.
Because it's in a pinch. Okay, in a pinch, my mind immediately goes to that movie. But the power loader scene from Aliens, right? At the end of the movie, they're on the ship. The mother alien has survived. The mother alien's reaching for Newt, and then the door opens up, and Ripley is in the power loader. She walks over. She says, "Get away from her, you beep, you quack."
Quack.
And then she fights it. Oh, just it's such a cool thing. That or the fight on sublevel 3 when the Colonial Marines first encounter the aliens. That whole sequence when they're getting taken out, Marines, we are leaving, and Ripley busts in and saves them, and they all get to get out. Most of them die. Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy
I want to say something from Lord of the Rings just because we just talked about it and it's fresh in my mind. But I will switch it up, and I'm gravitating towards the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan. And we're talking about
D-Day
actions or sequence.
Yep.
That entire beginning scene is so intense and it's so violent. And
Totally.
It's great.
Yep.
It does it justice. So that's one of my favorite actually. And then I go to like Black Hawk Down.
Yep.
When they, that entire sequence.
I was gonna say the entire movie of The Matrix. When I first saw The Matrix, like every part of that movie was just so like I was like eye-opening, jaw dropped for the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like when he finally starts to believe, and him and Agent Smith fight each other in the subway. Or the lobby scene. The whole lobby gunfight scene.
I was gonna say the lobby scene for me.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, let's ask you, Chris.
Magic voice, Chris.
The lobby scene for The Matrix.
Yep.
Just right after they do the load in that white thing, and he's like, "We're gonna need more guns."
Yep.
And then they go into the lobby, and the metal detector goes off, and then insanity ensues.
Yep.
And then I think also Keanu Reeves, the first John
Wick.
Wick.
That was
when
hot
they
and
show
cocked.
up at his house. To kill him.
Yeah.
In
He
the
kills
first
everybody.
movie.
Yeah.
And the way he kills that one guy by like breaking his neck on the counter.
Yeah.
Just the brutality of how he kills all the people, and then the cleaners just show up.
Yeah.
And he gives them some gold pieces, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get."
Or
we'll
the
get this
cop
cleaned
shows
in, like,
up
2
first,
seconds."
and he's like, "Everything
Yeah.
okay, John?"
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What does he tell him? What does he tell the cop? He's like, "Yeah, everything's good."
He's
or
like,
he says
okay.
He's like, "Okay."
But just like that's like really how you get introduced to his character,
Yes.
and it made me just love that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
No, John Wick, the original John Wick, the action sequence. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
Because even John Wick 2, when like he has like in the church.
Yeah.
When he's hostage and he gets like the GSG 9 shotgun, he's just like goosh,
Yeah.
goosh, 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 goosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The underground tunnel. Yeah.
Uh-huh. No,
Yep.
yeah.
Or I'm thinking of sequences that like changed my perception of movies, like in The Raid Redemption, the first real hallway, like the first real martial arts fight scene with Iko Uwais and the criminals, they run at each other. That's the first like real time you get to see like the martial arts that they do in that movie. I was totally blown away. Like I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he stabs that guy in the leg and runs it down his leg to his knee.
Yeah. And he pulls.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Same vein. That scene in Nobody on the bus.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a great one. He up those Russian dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
And it's like the cool thing is he doesn't kick their ass.
No.
Because he gets kicked
hurt.
out of them
No.
too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No. Nobody is a really
Nobody's
really
was a good one. That was you think that you can't kind of slice action any other different way, and then somebody comes along and like Nobody was one of those ones where it's like, oh really? Bob Odenkirk is an action star?
Yeah.
Right. And then
that dude's a nobody.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
even love at
he
the
is.
end when they go to his work and he booby traps all the work and he puts the little is it a shotgun bullet on a booby trap, and then he basically just goes and that goes through the walls. Yeah, that's a great movie, man. Yeah, that has a lot of cool action sequences. I love when he walks into the thing. I love when he walks into the Russian place and he just has a claymore strapped to him. He's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah, he's like, no, we're just gonna talk.
Just gonna talk. I know you've been looking for me. I'm right here, but if you do something, I'm literally gonna blow. us
Or
up.
the OK Corral scene from Tombstone.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Also good.
I'm
I
Uncle
mean,
Bear.
there's too many to name.
too
Or what
It's
about
like
we
picking
got
your
another one. What
favorite
about
child.
from with Jamie Foxx Django with the ending when the big shootout after he comes back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Or Kill Bill, when she fights the crazy 88s.
Oh yeah, all the Asian
Crazy
dudes with
88s,
the
yeah. That was another one where it's
That's
like
a
I'd
really
never
good one.
seen anything like this in film before. Amy, what's
Or
your favorite?
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just name any part.
Oh, the 12-minute
Oh,
one shot
yeah.
from Extraction.
That's a really good one too.
It's a good one.
Oh, so good.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
You want to talk about favorite? We should do a whole episode on one shots, but the John Woo film Hard Boiled with Chow Yun Fat. Yeah, 90s Asian action. It's the first one shot I ever remember watching, and it's 3.5 minutes long, and it's all practical effects. They blow up. They do a gunfight basically in an entire floor of a hospital. It's amazing because it's all practical. Like Extraction was amazing. A lot of CGI, I'm sure. And a lot of obvious cuts, But this one, 3.5 minutes, no cuts, no CGI, amazing. Hard boiled. You got to look it up.
I'll have to look that one
The
up.
extraction scene, that 12 minutes, was a one shot.
They didn't cut. There's no fancy camera work. Oh,
Is that the one in the car chase scene?
yeah.
No, it's the one where he basically ends by jumping out that window and fighting that guy on the street.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah, Extraction is a solid one. Well,
There's also like Children of Men, all those one shots.
Yep. Children of Men. Yep.
Okay.
I've actually never seen Children of Men.
there you go. There's
it's
another
so good.
episode. One
Or
shot.
the entire film of what the other one he did with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney in space.
Gravity.
Gravity. That
I didn't see
basically
Gravity.
that's supposed to be all one shot, but it's all CGI, So
That would be
We could
cool
do
episode.
another-
One
we could
shot,
do
one
an
kill.
episode that's just our favorite action scenes.
Oh, our favorite action scenes? Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Hell. Well, thanks, Tony, for starting this really long
And
rabbit
giving us
hole.
the idea for new episodes.
Yeah, but hey, we still have a game to do, boys
Let's do it.
and ladies.
I don't see a
It's
game
just
on
bo-
mine.
Let's be honest. It's just boys. It's me. I'm the game master.
I'm the game master now.
And what a fun game this will be. Okay,
Oh.
it's called Time is Just a Construct.
Oh my gosh.
Time is just a
So-
construct.
It's not even really because the scenarios thing is kind of a game in and of itself.
Right.
This isn't really related to anything. This
Okay.
is just something I pulled out of my ass.
Right on.
It's
So
just a
I'm going to
construct.
give you a movie or a game, and you tell me roughly what year it takes place in.
in the movie or
Not-
when it was released.
Not what year it was made. Okay,
Okay.
that's a different game.
Okay.
Oh.
What year the fiction takes place in.
Okay.
And I'll
Very
give you
cool.
full credit at my own discretion, but generally, if you're within 5 or 50 years, I'll probably give it to you.
Nice. Okay.
If it's like Star Wars,
What if it's
obviously,
like a long time ago in a galaxy far away?
Right.
What if that would be the answer?
within 50 years, it's pretty
I
good.
almost put it, but then I was like, they never say when it is. It
Yeah.
just
They
says
never
a
say the
long
year,
time
yeah.
ago. So here's the warm up. Back to the Future.
The original?
The original. Either year will be accepted because it takes place in 2 years.
I'm going to say 1955.
That is correct.
What the
It's
frick?
like April 15th, 1955 or something like that.
It's
when
November.
they figure it out?
1955. No, that's where he goes back. When he goes back.
Oh,
to.
when he goes back. Okay. Oh, I thought
The day Doc Brown
I
invented
see.
time
I see.
travel, yeah.
I see.
April 15th is when they go forward to 2015.
That's right.
Yeah, it's 2015.
2015.
Damn.
The
So
future.
it's
What a year.
1985 and 1955.
Yeah. Wow. Good for you. Okay. Now I see
right.
what we're playing with right now. Couldn't let Chris go.
Yeah. All right. This movie, I'm surprised. I don't think we've ever really talked about it, and I'm surprised. But Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Oh man. I would say this.
And again, there's 2 years.
2 year. I'm gonna say because it came out in the 80s, right?
Yeah, so it's
I'm gonna
like
say
No, it came out in the 90s.
90s.
It came out in like 93, maybe 92.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there and say 2018.
from the time he starts or the time he gets sent to. Because I think the time he
You
gets
can-
sent to, I think
either year will be accepted.
Okay, I'm
so
gonna
the
s-
time
Okay.
that the dystopian future is,
Okay.
which now is way in the past.
Oh wait,
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's like going through. That's not that. This is with Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yeah, Sylvester
Okay.
Stallone.
You're thinking of Running Man?
Yeah, I got Running
Oh.
Man. That's what I said. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to say 1999 for the time that he starts in, and then he gets sent forward, he gets frozen, and he wakes up. I'm going to say 2045.
Can I change my answer to it starts out in 95 and then he wakes up in 2045.
Those are close. It's 1997 is the year that it starts, which is hilarious when you look at how bad LA looks. And then he wakes up in 2032.
2032. Okay, so we were close with the first one, not with the second.
Okay. Did you say 36?
I said 45.
32.
Oh, you said 45?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You both said 45.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, at least we were close on the
2045.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Mass Effect.
Mass Effect,
Oh,
the game.
Man, that's hundreds of years in the future, man. That's like 22.
Throw a number out. This one I'll be a lot more gracious with the window.
Okay.
No, you said 2.
I'm going to say
200.
2345. I just like the word. I just like the number 45.
Okay, I will say 2280.
Ooh, Cam. You're about 100 years off. It's 2183.
Oh, 2183. I was
Well, you
way
said
off.
200,
Wow.
right? You said 2 to 200 in the beginning?
I'm not that gracious.
Oh, man.
Not that gracious.
I'm-
All right. These next ones get a little easier.
Okay.
Inglorious Bastards.
Inglorious Bastards takes place in 45 or 46.
I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 40. 43. I'm going to say 43.
I'm going to say, oh, can I change my answer to 44?
Ah,
It's 1944.
Oh,
44, because it's right before the invasion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I almost
Yeah,
said
it's
44. I
like
should've gone
in
with
or
the
around D-Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that isn't
So-
the end where they're like, where the Americans landed. Right?
I don't
I
remember.
don't know. Yeah. So- cool, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I ain't going to question
Yeah.
that. I'm not going to try to
You got
explain.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is a
Ugh.
range of years, so as long as you're within that range or close to it, I'll
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Right. I'm gonna say 1982.
Wow, that's close to what I was thinking.
1982.
I was going to say 1980.
Because Reagan's in office. Okay. I'll say 82. We'll see which one of us is.
What'd you say, Cam?
1983.
It's 83-84.
Oh, alrighty.
Man, 83, 84.
83,
It's the December 83 into early 1984.
barely
Okay, all right.
83.
Okay, all
barely. But I'll take. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to
All right.
explain anything or my thought process.
I was
'cause
still
guess
within
what?
5 years. I was still
There
within 5 years.
was none. I just guessed.
All right.
Just wanted to add.
Last of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans. Wow.
That's not before we were a nation, because I think it was still England versus France, right?
Yes, it was. I'll give you a hint. It's during the French and Indian War.
Ooh.
It's like I'm gonna say
When was the French?
1715.
17. I'll say 1730.
It's 1757.
Oh man.
Well, we started 1776.
Yeah, but we declared independence in
Independence,
76, but that
76.
was not long
Yeah, that
after
was-
the
yeah.
French and Indian War.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
remember Mel Gibson,
Yes,
the Patriot, he
yeah.
fought in the French and Indian War.
Yes.
It always comes back to Mel Gibson.
It always
back
comes
to
back
Mel
to Mel.
Gibson.
Mel Gibson is the one.
What would Mel Gibson do?
Yeah.
What would Mel Gibson do? Probably just get drunk and
Probably
say
get drunk
something
and say racial
racist.
slurs.
Anti-Semitic, yeah.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Well, that was actually a
Call
really
someone
fun one,
sugar
Chris. I
tits.
got. I
Hey, we're not
oh,
done.
we're not done. Oh.
Cameron just
No.
wants to throw
Sorry.
it
You
down.
got two more.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
I know you were trying to get out of it, but I'm not
No,
letting
no,
you
no.
out of
I
it.
was having a good time. I was actually sad it was
Okay.
over, so I'm glad now.
Well, one of these I think you'll get, and one of these, Cam, I don't think you'll get. Maybe Israel. Okay. So Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Ooh.
Any year in the range is acceptable.
Oh my gosh. Star Trek: The Next Generation.
This is the year 7000.
I want to say it's like 23 something. I'm going to say 2415.
Oof. Just overshot it. 2364 to 2370.
2364 to 2370. Okay.
Well, I can't wait for those times.
When we're out in the spaceships, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
And you've been dead for 200 something years.
Yep.
No, they're gonna.
No,
they're
I'm
gonna
in my
find the
groundhog.
key-
I'm
they're
in my
gonna
Groundhog
find-
Day scenario, and I've invented time travels.
And I've also invented.
Oh, right. I
light-
forgot about that. And then you
the
figure out
I
time
found the
travel.
Holy Grail. I found the Fountain of Youth. I've located it
Oh,
within
that's
my
right.
times. Within my
All right.
my EOT time.
All right. Last one. And I hope you guys have seen the show, or at least you because it relates probably to your actual experience in the military. Generation Kill.
Generation
Never
Kill is
seen it.
Desert Storm.
Yeah, Desert Storm. So that's 93. No, 91.
Yeah, it's around there. I'd say like 91 to 93.
Yeah. Let's say 91 to 93. I agree with you.
It's 2003 because it's the start of the Iraq War.
Oh,
It's the start of the Iraq War?
I thought it was Desert Storm.
I thought it was Desert Storm too.
I'm sorry, that would.
I'm thinking of Jarhead.
I'm thinking of Jarhead too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
It's okay.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that show. I feel like there's a lot of big time
Yeah.
actors that
Let's see.
were younger there and got their start, like Black
It's
Hawk
supposed to be
Down
really
style.
good. But that's why I said it relates to your actual experience
Oh,
in the
my
military in
actual
Israel.
because that would be closer to my time. And yeah,
Oh, and
Yeah.
then Desert, just for our essay, the Gulf War, which was Operation Desert Shield, was January 1991 to 28 February 1991. So it was only 6 months long. Interesting. 91, yes.
Well, nice, Chris. You
Yeah, I like that
caused
game. That's good because
I was riding high off of my. I was still riding high off of my 100% win in the quiz. No, you've done a good job of bringing us down a
Humble.
few pegs.
Yes,
Humbling
there you
us.
go. See what happens when Cameron runs a game? Izzy wins when I run a game, and then we all lose miserably when Chris comes.
To be fair, I was making this game and I was like, this is incredibly difficult.
Well, I mean, it's a problem when you say this game is really easy because I have not played an easy game with you yet.
Yep. I can't wait for my
I've
game.
made
My
some
game's
easy
Yeah,
coming
you've had
first.
it one. I think we have hit 100% before.
I don't think we've
I don't
ever
wanna-
gotten
I don't wanna take your
100%.
thunder. I think we've done it
gotten
one time.
most of them, but not 100%.
You'd have to go back through over 60 episodes.
Well, maybe one of our loyal, dedicated fans can tell me when
Somebody
I went
out there was
100%.
paying attention.
Yeah,
Someone
write
knows.
in if they've ever gotten 100% before.
Yeah, let us know.
Besides me, of course.
Yeah.
Besides Israel's triumph
Of
2
course.
episodes ago.
Well, folks, we really hope you enjoyed this episode of the Pop Culture Field Manual Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this game and that you were
Chris, thank
screaming
you so
at your
much.
radios
Yep.
in your car,
car.
playing along. I
That
was going to hand it over to you, man.
No, it's fine.
Chris.
Chris, thank you for everything. Thank you for being a magical voice and for all your hard work. And folks, we appreciate you joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely.
Cue music.